The impeachment motion of Rigathi Gachagua has really exposed our parliament, and I really pity our country. You know, the members of parliament must be members who are honored. That is why they are called honorable members. But from what happened today, these members are not honorable at all. The three arms of the government should be very independent. There is an autonomy that they are given by the Kenyan people, by the electorate, because in chapter 1 of our constitution, Kenya, it declares that power belongs to the people. And when we elect members of parliament to go and represent us, they should be speaking our minds. But we have a parliament that is being controlled, a rogue parliament, if you ask me. If you followed the deliberations in parliament, you will realize that we have a parliament that is remote controlled. It is a parliament that will not exercise the independence that they're supposed to have. You know, if it is the judiciary borrows their powers from the people of Kenya. They have been given certain powers to exercise. The executive has been given powers by the people of Kenya. Parliament has been given powers by the people of Kenya. What was happening inside that parliament is a charade. Those who wanted to give their views to at least question whether the allegations against Rigathi Gachagua met the threshold, or rather whether there was any iota of evidence, was shouted down. But those who had been charged to attack him were given enough airtime. And this is shameful. Someone is making certain startling allegations here. The Lion of the Mountain is saying there is this logo that looks like one from the People Daily News. I doubt how true, I doubt it, that UDA and ODM MPs paid and made to sleep at Western Hotel to be ferried to Parliament to prevent them from faking illness or dodging the impeachment vote. If you ask me, I doubt such kind of publications. They don't merit the truth until we scrutinize them. But why am I reading it? Because you are about to ask, why am I reading it if I'm doubting it? It goes to the fullest length of portraying our parliamentarians. The person who is publishing this has got a lot of aspersions about our parliament. Because from what we saw a parliament that was controlled by William Samoei Ruto. Both the ODM and the UDA members had taken orders from their bosses.
Give Donya the mic. All Jerry you have about.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Is Honorable Gachagua in order to bring things which have passed, like the finance bill, when we are discussing about the impeachment motion? Those, and Gachagua is my friend, but this one you are wrong, my dear. We are discussing about the impeachment of Gachagua, not finance bill. Let the foregone be the foregone.
Honorable Speaker, I would want the honorable member, who is my very good friend, to point what standing order she rose on and what standing order can ensure that I do not speak on matters that have been controverted and that are public information, Honorable Speaker. We passed the finance bill, Honorable Speaker. It is a matter of fact. Even if you boo me, I will speak. The young people of this nation deserve more. They want jobs. They want healthcare sorted. The impeachment of the deputy president is a sham political process.
Kasheri, order. Jerry shall be heard in silence and dignity. But Jerry, your time is up. Women Rep of Migori. Yes, Wanjala. What is out of order? Give Wanjala.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the person who is accused, whom we are debating, was supposed to be here by 5. It is 7 minutes past 5.
He actually is.
Mr. Speaker, can we bar him from coming because
Order,
he's late?
Wajala, he's already here. Yes.
Is known in this world.
Honorable
Just
Speaker,
a minute,
I
just
did
a
not
minute.
ask for
Relax.
information
Just
from
relax.
Honorable Omar.
Just relax.
Order.
Honorable Speaker, I do not desire to have any
He
information
has
from Honorable
rejected your
Ship.
information. Take your seat. Finish up. Your
Thank you,
time
Honorable
is up.
Speaker. So Honorable Speaker, I would like to complete my statement.
Yeah, finish up. Give him a minute. Finish up. Time is up. Give him a minute. Wakili.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would just like to complete my statement by saying that I wish that as a country we are able to come up with a mechanism in which we can be able to bring our senior leaders when they have a disagreement in such a way that they can be able to reconcile and agree. Because, Honorable Speaker, even when we open the Pandora's box of impeachment, Honorable Speaker, we are going to be opening something that we may not be able to contain. We are now likely to have many impeachments coming to this House because we have started something that, Honorable Speaker, sometimes we are not able to contain in coming days. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
He's off the floor, Jeanette, so you cannot raise.
Mr. Speaker, I wanted to clarify that the matter before the House is not a disagreement of anyone. It is a motion that has been tabled by Honorable Mutuse that has 8 counts, 11 grounds. Mr. Speaker, we are discussing a motion that contains 11 grounds. We are not discussing any disagreements of anyone with his wife, with his boss, with his children, with his mother, with his uncle, with his cousin, with his farmer, with his cook. We are not discussing those things, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, what happened in Parliament was mere lynching and subjecting Rigathi Gachagua to a parliamentary mob justice. I've always maintained that we are not protecting Gachagua because he's an angel, neither are we supporting him because he is impeccable. All we have always wanted is a proper process to be followed. And after 281 members of parliament voted to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, the question is then what? In this video, I want us to look at the implication of impeaching Rigathi Gachagua by 281 members of parliament without any substance, without any evidence, because we don't need to repeat that if you want to accuse Rigathi Gachagua of being tribal, the biggest tribal chief in the country, we know in terms of appointments, and we know who the appointing authority is. So whether it is tribalism or shareholding, Rigathi Gachagua was speaking it, but it is being practiced. I can assure you, there isn't any member of parliament who is not practicing tribalism, who is not practicing shareholding. It is something that has been there with us. And so if we wanted to impeach a deputy president, we should have raised the bar. I have talked about this over and over again. What are some of the implications about this? What are some of the implications? Because one, we have really condescended to the lowest ranks as a country. We have a very good constitution that we gave ourselves. We needed to uphold and protect that constitution because it's supposed to guide us for posterity. But today, we have abandoned our role. In fact, the MPs have abandoned their role. That is what, personally, I think that is abdication of duty because they were being controlled. They were doing what someone wanted. We will forever be haunted, ladies and gentlemen, by the decision that the country made today, the members of the parliament. Why? Forever, until this is corrected by another institution, we shall have created a scenario where anytime we have a deputy president and a president not reading from the same page, then the president will engineer parliament either by bribing them or influencing them in one way or the other to impeach his deputy. We needed to have raised the bar so high so that next time someone tells you that the deputy president is disrespectful, we should know and scrutinize and try to look further. What about the person accusing him? What about the members of parliament? What about the appointments that have been made? What about other state officers? Because without further scrutiny, I can assure you that even the next deputy president will suffer the same fate. And this will forever haunt us because we have diluted our constitution. That is what we have done. We needed to have protected that office. And I'm not talking of protecting Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi misbehaved, and I have said that over and over again. But we cannot select Rigathi Gachagua and leave all the other, state officers who are behaving the same, who are doing the same thing. We have really diluted our constitution. We have decided to intimidate the next deputy president, because if Rigathi will go, the next deputy president will have to agree with the dictates of the president. If something is happening about maybe some corruption, the deputy president will not talk about it. The deputy president will be bound by the cabinet decision, whether that cabinet decides to practice what we see in the country, the atrocities like kidnappings and all this. Then you will understand that that cabinet, that deputy president will have no voice, because he will fear being impeached. We have created a dictator in a president who controls parliament to impeach a deputy president. It is very bad, and we will see in the next few years, people will have to review. That's why I'm praying that the Senate or the judiciary will have to avert this mess that is about to haunt us. Number 3, we have given the president the leeway to undertake things like corruption in the country, like a dirty deal, like all this that Kenyans are complaining about, because he has realized that he can control the opposition, he can control part of the government. He will do whatever it's like. Today, the corruption and wastage in the country will continue in this country, because there is no one who can tell the king that you are naked. All of them have either been intimidated or pocketed. The opposition and the government is all in one. We do not know. We have an amorphous government. We do not know who is the opposition, who is the government. And the leeway that we have given the president is bad for a country. Those who are celebrating that Rigathi Gachagua is gone, look at it beyond the individual in that office and look at that office. Gachagua can go. Gachagua could even die, and we get someone there. No one is permanent. Even the office of the president, however much we don't want William Ruto, but that office must also be protected, so that tomorrow you can also be the president. What makes you think you can't be the president of this country? We need institutions that are protected. And when we allow our MPs to lynch those who are in offices, then we are brooding mayhem in this country. I have always maintained that we don't need to change our constitution or undertake legislative mandates targeting individuals or certain communities or certain gender. I mean, it is bad for us because those people will come and go, but our country is bigger than an individual. Today was a very shameful day as a country, and we have created a mess that will haunt us. Tomorrow, it will be very easy, it will be very cheap to impeach a deputy president. How I pray that our courts restore order and sanity.